So recently, I was watching a video by Dr. Oz on how to burn belly fat. He mentioned that the fat around our belly area is unique than other areas, and that really just simply eating well and exercising and losing a mere 5 to 10 pounds will allow the rest to respond so much easier. Now, I get this, but honestly, the tone of the entire segment felt so darn patronizing.
So the second you begin losing weight, the second you start benefiting in a very big way for your health.
I mean, just look at the expression of the woman's face beside him in the video. He's literally telling this woman that losing belly fat is as easy as exercising and eating well. That's equivalent to telling me to relax. While it's important to eat well and exercise, hormones are often involved and they could be affecting your health. So today I figure I'd give you a much better understanding of the hormones at play behind belly fat, how it might be affecting your health, and what you can do about it from a food, supplement, and lifestyle perspective. Yeah. I'm gonna get a heck of a lot more detailed in this video. In fact, you're gonna wanna stay tuned because later in this video, I'm gonna be whipping something up with Eric.
That's me.
We're gonna be making dinner.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we are.
first, we have to go head out and get some groceries from our local farmers.
She does this at the stand, you know. They don't let us back anymore, you know.
You know it. And before I go any further, I want to remind you to make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to hit that little bell button. That way you get notified every time I put out a video every Wednesday. All right, so first and foremost, the majority of the women that I see who are struggling with stubborn belly fat are those who are over the age of 35, especially if they are in perimenopause. All right, you ready to go?
I'm not ready for perimenopause.
I mean, let's go. Let's drive. In perimenopause, estrogen can promote insulin resistance and cause belly fat to build up. During this time, progesterone begins to decline, and we need progesterone to be able to anchor estrogen. So women end up going into an estrogen-dominant state. The problem with women over 35 is that they can no longer show up the way that they did leading up to now and expect their hormones to thrive. Serious lifestyle changes are required. Guys, you may not think that this is a big deal, but honestly, trauma work, emotional work, mindset work, stress management, all of these play huge factors when it comes to your weight loss efforts. I've created a private and exclusive podcast called The Soul Shed, which dives into these topics so much more deeper. So if you want to be able to grab access to that, make sure that you click the link in the description of this video. One huge lifestyle aspect I need to touch upon is sleep. Most women I work with are sleep deprived, and this induces out of whack cortisol levels and higher insulin, which tells the body to store fat. Not to mention, you'll crave carbs, sugar, and caffeine. You will feel less full and more hungry when you're sleep deprived. On average, individuals ate 300 calories more in one study, gained 10 to 15 pounds in a year, and sweet and carb cravings increased by 40%. Here's a crazy fact. Melatonin, otherwise known as our sleep hormone, helps us suppress insulin production, otherwise known as our fat storage hormone. So if you're not prioritizing sleep, just a side note, you will store fat. So make sure that you eat no later than 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Another important aspect of this, of course, is exercise. Exercise helps with something called leptin resistance, which is often associated when it comes to abdominal fat. Leptin is the hormone that alerts your body when you're full, but elevated insulin levels eventually lead to elevated leptin. And while leptin is the hormone that would otherwise signal to us that we're full, elevated levels of leptin dulls the receptacles so we continue to eat. This is why I mentioned various pieces of stress management like sleep, because cortisol, your stress hormone, can make your brain less sensitive to leptin, causing you to overeat. Cortisol can also lead to decreased thyroid function, which can also lead to weight gain. But yes, folks, you have to be exercising, and the way to stay on an exercise plan, I find, is to really value movement and get it in wherever you can throughout your day. That way you can make it a part of your lifestyle. All right, honey, show us how you value movement. Get a slideshow. Oh yeah. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Uh-oh. And it's broke.
But if you're exercising too much, you can actually worsen the issue. You'll know if you've overdone it if you feel like you have to take a nap afterwards. So take a new routine slowly and adjust according to your menstrual cycle. From a supplement perspective, you're gonna wanna make sure you're taking a damn good probiotic because inflammation is always a part of the weight gain picture. The probiotic that I absolutely love is Megaspore Biotic, and you can find out how to take it and where to get it by looking at the description of this video. Next, I love Metabolic Synergy, which helps to control healthy glucose and insulin levels. All right, so we are home now and we're about to make
Chili!
a Texas-style chili in our Instant Pot, and I'm excited about this. It is a little bit of a hybrid version of it, but it is a low-carb version to the traditional bean chili. So let's do this.
Bean chili. Chili. Should be good.
You're going to begin by browning 5 pounds of 2-inch cubes of beef chuck roast in olive oil. You can do this in your own Instant Pot, but I find that our cast iron pan does a much better job. You want to make sure you generously salt the meat and make sure not to overcrowd it or it won't brown. Then once you're done searing, set the meat aside. Next, dice 2 medium onions and then saute for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then add in 1 tablespoon minced garlic plus 2 minced chipotles in adobo sauce and scrape the bottom meat drippings. In studies, capsaicin helps to reduce blood glucose levels and maintain insulin levels, aiding with weight loss efforts. Next, add in a 1/4 cup of chili powder. Yeah, that's right. I said a 1/4 cup of chili powder. Then add in 2 tablespoons of cumin powder and 2 teaspoons of oregano powder and cook until fragrant. If you don't know this already, cumin is amazing for reducing glucose, insulin, and A1C levels. If you have no idea what A1C is a blood marker that helps us to assess your blood sugar over the past 2 to 3 months. Women who have the insulin-resistant form of PCOS will usually have high A1C levels. Then add in 1 cup of Swiss water decaf coffee, which will add some richness to the chili. Afterwards, you'll transfer everything into the Instant Pot. Lastly, you're going to add the beef in plus 14.5 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Then put the lid on and pressure cook on high for 25 minutes and let it naturally release for an additional 20. Okay, so if you are a Texan, you're probably going to shudder at the fact that I used tomatoes, but it's an adaptation of a Texan chili. And another thing that I'm not doing that is authentic is I'm not going to be using masa harina, which is corn. And the reason why is because corn is an allergen for a lot of people. A lot of people don't digest it really well, and that can be inflammatory. And inflammation is always a part of the weight loss picture, so we're not going to be using that. And instead, I'm going to be using arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder is gluten-free and is 32% in resistant starch, which acts as a prebiotic, helping friendly bacteria feed off of it. It was also shown to help increase feelings of fullness, aiding in helping the body become more insulin responsive. You'll want to mix 3 tablespoons of arrowroot powder with a 1/4 cup of water to create somewhat of a paste. Then you'll add it in and simply stir it, and you're done. So good.
That is good.
So guys, what I would suggest with this, especially when we're talking about low carb, high fat, you want to be able to add maybe an avocado on here would be absolutely great. Wonderful addition, really high in potassium, great for your thyroid and your adrenals, would be awesome as a little topping for this dish.
Yeah.
We did it, we never really high-fived well.
Because pressure, man. Camera put the pressure on. It was game time. We were able to do it.
Listen, if you are ready to finally get rid of that stubborn waking, I would highly suggest for you to check out my exclusive and private Soul Shed podcast. These episodes are short. They're only 10 to 15 minutes long, so they're super easy to consume. So make sure that you grab yourself access by clicking the link in the comments. And if you dug this video, do me a favor, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought about this, and share this out with the world. Until next time, see ya. I'm gonna be whipping up something with Eric. Oh, your hands are cold. Oh my God.
Eric, it's you, and all of you. Ho, ho, ho. It's a Jew on Christmas, my friends.
I think your dance should be on, so you think you can dance.
I'll send the video in, I'm ready, man. I've been working those sweet moves for 45 years.
Gyrating those hips.
Listen, man, there are things I can do. It's almost like I can almost turn back the earth. It gyrates so fast, like Superman did. I got the motion of the ocean under my pants. I have a way with words as well. I'm quite a Renaissance man.